Well, I'm just doing this as a test. This is in my living room, and I'm literally hand holding it. I'm just zooming around, really. That's the charity I want to start. It's now called Black Unicorn. You can see the Black Unicorn whatever, and was designed at the 1phone Foundation Press quite a while ago. That's some of my tankers that I have surrounding me. This is the first off, so I have got a stabiliser, okay? But so I'm just showing people around my living room, really. I don't know if I can get that. They're really nice tankers. Hold on. Yeah. It's you have to excuse the bad angle. But all around, yeah, that's what I would call, I mentioned that in a Tibetan Buddhist protective deity. Okay. Although I am actually, let's get this right, I have taken refuge into Tibetan Buddhism at Sami Ling, and I have a Buddhist name, Gampa, which means loving kindness, and I use that in my email address. And I've also, needless to say, taken refuge into Thai Buddhism. Funny enough, at Nakhon Sawan, I say that because I've just shared a mandala, a healing mandala, which is actually based on, as I'm waffling, When a wat, they don't really call them temples, but wat just means temple, is built, the first thing they do, and that's what that healing mandala's based on, they bury big balls which are covered in gold leaf, and people can bless and put that on as like foundation stones. And that is actually based on, oh, sorry about that, Jutta, the foundation stones that had to be dug up because this particular wat in Nakhon Sawan was involved in a flood because it was right by a river. And I just happened to turn up there, as you do, and I was on my little scooter, and I went for this ride, and the road, if you can call it that, eventually fizzled out into just a little lane which you could drive along on a scooter, but and also walk, but you couldn't get a car down it. But I just followed my heart or my inspiration, and I ended up onto this road, a main road. But right across the road was this wat. Right, so I went across, and there's all these local Thai people holding like a stall, a market stall. That's how it looked like. But they're actually doing this to raise funds to get the wat repaired. But a long story short, I'm seeing what I am per time. It's only one person LinkedIn, but this is just a thing. I met the head monk of Nakhon Sawan, but I don't just mean Nakhon Sawan, the town. There is a town called Nakhon Sawan, which is where I was staying with my girlfriend. But there's also a whole province called Nakhon Sawan. And I met the head monk, who would be, I suppose, the equivalent in Christian, like an archbishop. He was responsible for all, well, not all, 6 or 7 at least other wats in the whole province of Nakhon Sawan. So it was a very auspicious meeting, and he had an interpreter, and the interpreter said to me, yes, this is involved in a flood, and I got taken downstairs, which normally the public wouldn't go. And I've got photographs of this, and the monk, with his hand, showed me the level, and you could see it of where the mud was, where the flood had gone. But on this table was this big foundation ball. I suppose it's the equivalent of a stone, but there's 4 or 5 of them, and it was gold leafed. Like I said, people had, brought a little bit of gold leaf and had put it on the ball, and I photographed it and made that mandala, which is very striking because that is actually gold leaf. But more important, that is a foundation ball, which was going to be buried again once renovation work was commenced. So going back to this market stall, I turned up to it, like I say, I was on my little scooter. The only Westerner there, this is, right off the beaten track, literally. And I had 1,000 baht note, which in our currency is what? Equivalent to about 20 quid, But that is it. No, I went round all the stalls nearly, and no one could change it. These are very poor peasant people. And a lot of them didn't have money as such. They traded in rice as a currency. So I was seeing another half, how the other half or other quarter or whatever or more live. And I met these people, and there was a lady stall holder who had one of these money bags that you have round your waist, and she actually changed the 1,000 baht note for me. And then for 5 baht, I got a beautiful, cool, iced drink, because obviously being a Westerner, I needed a lot of liquid, but for 5 baht. And there's roughly, it's gone the exchange, right? Roughly was 50 baht to a pound. So then I totted off from this stall. The local people, I've got a wave, so I acknowledge that. This is all new to me. Okay? It's not happening, mate. Good night from here, how are you? Well, I'll mention you. Mahab Khan, but I'm tapping the icon. It says wave, but nothing's happening. All right, but I've mentioned you anyway, same difference. And so I went off, and there was this little pagoda, I suppose, right on the edge of the river, and this is a very deep. Now, the opposite had happened. The river was drying right up. Right, although it had previously flooded. And I sat there, and this whole delegation come across. Like I said, it was the head monk, an interpreter, and at least 3 people, local people, but all dressed in Western suits. Right, because this guy, like I say, was the equivalent of the Archbishop for the whole, I can't, reiterate it, of Nakhon Sawan, the province, if you follow me. And he'd been given this, sorry about that, but I'm trying to hold it with my hand, but I can't. This is the first one. This is on the iPhone 11 Pro, which I have got a proper gimbal, and I've got a lot better microphone, but this is in my house, mic shield. Like I say, I'm all ready to roll, but I do need transport, so I'll just throw that in. And I'm still waiting to see if this lottery prize, the Toyota Highlander car, which would be a perfect vehicle for me, does materialise, right? But I've got another 6 weeks, because that's it. I've drawn it to a halt, and I don't know if I'm being scammed or what, although some people have got upset. But they've got these, or have they, really strict conditions. No one can contact me by phone, or video phone in this case, because of course I'd suss them out in seconds. Because you can see the photograph of this person, Katie, quite beautiful, long-haired, fair lady, typical Californian lassie. And of course I'd suss in seconds if get it, it wasn't her. But that's by the by. But that she has insisted that no, we can't video chat. You know, the strict rules and the whatever. So I'm going to round this up. Why? My hands starting to ache. Even though it's a little iPhone 11, I'm getting a bit because I should eat. I'm diabetic and I should have regular intake of food. And I've gone over my food time. I'm trying to get my head in the centre. Like I say, this is all new at the moment. Yeah, and do that. I'm sure when I get my gimbal sussed, that's it. I can pull back and that give me a wider angle. My voice might deteriorate. I'm very impressed from what I'm seeing. And this is just under a normal house. That's the beauty. Hi, John. Well, this is me and me. I'm using an iPhone 11 the first time. I've got a gimbal. That's a proper stabiliser. But this is I'm holding in my hand. And this is just a quickie. But how are you, John? I've got this thing to wave, but I didn't get it to work just now. Yeah, I've got your message back. Yeah, so that's working. It's incredible. I mean, the quality's fantastic as far as I can see. I've got a proper microphone, apart from the microphone within the phone. I've got a stabiliser. You know, I've got all these things ready. But I'm still waiting on a car, mate. And there's anybody to tell you around here, I've literally been on an enforced retreat. Yeah. How are you? That's good. I'm fine. And you're good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, John. You know, I believe your birthday was recent as well. But whatever. So I'm going to round this up quickly because I haven't had the tea yet. And this is just the first initial test. I'll just zoom round to people again. That's the charity I was trying to start. I mentioned Black Unicorn. You can see that just the crest. That's my bookshelves. My home's very cluttered. And if I'm very careful, now I can't use... that's where the camera is now. I shall slowly, although I don't need to stay. That's my tanker. So that is like my shrine. Right, Buddhist shrine, but they're various Buddhist deities. White Tara, that's an original. It's just what I've composed. The big backdrop has actually got two dragons, but it's a tanker. And then if I can get, I'll end just with the, if I can. My pyramid, but I'd have to draw back. And I'll just have to disappear. That's my pyramid, and it is a white PVC one. I'm in the process at the moment of making my own infused oil to hopefully help with my diabetes, actually. And I've got one of these fantastic oil infusers. Again, it's the first time I'm using that. And you can set it on an 8-hour setting, and you put the oil in and your herbs, whatever herbs, and it's got a little blade. It's called Magic Butter Machine, but I'd recommend this machine to anyone. Find out the various herbs that have been known to be effective in whatever your illness is, and you can make your own medicine by making herbal infused oil, right? And that's what I'm doing now, and it's got a setting for up to 8 hours. Then you just bottle the oil, ideally in dark containers, brown, but I've ordered them black plastic or black brown glass to do with a dispenser. Put it under your pyramid, that's if you have one. All medicines put under a pyramid are improved. They're either neutralised, so I put my synthetic drugs that the system says I must take, i.e. metamorphin, is all under my pyramid. And also, more importantly, the water I drink is, and I put things like nuts, anything you can put under there, and it will improve it. I'm going to come back to face, although it doesn't matter, people don't need to, I do, it's me. Okay, John, do I have any equipment here? Well, actually, I do. You mean recording equipment? I'll quickly run over there. I need the money, don't we all? I've got a mixer, brilliant Yamaha one, digital, the one I used at the studio, the best at the time. They actually were posted on, not, but of course, Maury, but I'd see you all right. Oh no, I'd give you, if you're interested, I'll give you a good price. Got some microphones left. Quite a few recorders as well, all top-notch, audio professional equipment. For instance, I've got a lovely portable CD recorder by Roland, never been used. So it's a CD recorder, but it'll also record onto your memory cards. Really state-of-the-art. I can't think of the name of it, but that cost me 600 quid plus, and I'd let it go to a good cause such as yourself, very cheap. I repeat, they were actually advertised on the local Maury thing, so whether they're still listed. But anyway, if you're really interested, you've got my phone number. Give us a quick bell. And certainly, if you're interested and want something for Christmas or know someone, you'll get a very good price. Right? So I've got a mixer, the Yamaha mixers that I used in the studio, Shamanic Studios. I've got a Roland portable recording, it's portable as well, portable recording device, various effect pedals, a few microphones, good ones, sure, they're all top notch. So if you're interested, I can't go into it now, but yes. And I'm going to clear off, mate. My hand's killing me. Like I say, this is the first time, and I didn't use my gimbal, but I'm very impressed for what I can see. And I'd be quite keen to nip up onto Facebook to see what it's like. So I'm just going to press the finish.